Mid-America Industrial Park's Living Grand on Grand Lake is presented by Cherokee Casino Grove and made possible by
At the Mid-America Industrial Park in Pryor, there are over 100 jobs waiting for someone just like you. These are high-paying jobs that don't require a degree. With over 80 manufacturing plants to choose from, it's easy to find your dream career. Need training? Don't worry, because Mid-America provides on-campus classes supported by employers. If you have recently graduated from high school and want to start a career in manufacturing, earning a great wage and benefits, visit midamericadeliver's.com to learn more.
Plus by viewers and members like you.
Coming up on Living Grand on Grand Lake, a gorgeous boutique that's bringing the latest fashions to the lake. We'll see where all the coolest kids hang out, and we have a spirited interview with a Grand Lake business. All this and more coming up next on Living Grand on Grand Lake.
And this is Living Grand on Grand Lake.
And this is Living Grand on Grand Lake.
And this is Living Grand on Grand Lake.
This past year finally saw the doors of Tristah's boutique open, and customers have been streaming in ever since. In fact, the shirt I'm wearing right now came from Tristah's. And thanks to Alita and her impeccable fashion sense, I also have several trendy outfits as well. All for a great price, I might add. It's my pleasure to introduce you to my friend Alita Rupp and Tristah's boutique.
Well, when we were living in Newport, Arkansas, my friend, she had opened up a boutique called the Pink Poodle. And Tristah spends the summer with us every year, and so she loved working there, and she loved the little pink princess phone that was there. So she decided that I want to have a boutique, Glams. Actually, for the last 10 years, I've just been a stay-at-home wife. Our children are grown and we have 4 grandchildren. And what I would do is, my husband had worked for another hospital industry for the past 12 years, and what I would do is kind of go out and help work in the community to get the community more involved with the hospital and liking the hospital and things like that. So we kind of tag team together, you know, supporting, you know, his business and everything. And then once we moved to Grove, we had decided this was going to be our place to stay forever. We loved it. We loved the lake life and the golfing, and so it worked out perfectly for us. And so once we got settled, my granddaughter Tristah has always wanted a boutique too, so we found the building, and we got to open up Tristah's boutique. When I first opened, I took out a notebook and I kind of listened to the ladies to see kind of what they wanted. And some of my senior people wanted higher necklines and 3/4 length sleeves, if not longer sleeves. And so I've tried to listen and try to, you know, get as close to the items that they wanted, still keeping a good price range for contemporary kind of looking, you know, clothes. It's not, I wouldn't say we're the bread and butter of clothing here, like your little black dress or your black dress pants, you know, that are classics that you need, and every woman needs them in her closet, no matter what age group you are, because those are classic features. But I would say we're just kind of for whatever's in style right now, but I've tried to find the good price ranges and tried to find the sizes from as small as I could get to as large as I could get, so that I could cover a range of all women. We wanted a women's boutique, we wanted to have clothing, and we'd eventually like to grow it into adding some men's stuff and some younger teen lines too. Well, what I wanted it to kind of look like a more upscale, kind of a French-looking boutique, because I'm a big fan of fleur-de-lis. and I wanted it to be probably between, because in Grove, the age ranges could go from anywhere from teens on up to 100. I've actually had a woman shopping in the store that's in her 90s. So, you know, there's a big range of people here that, you know, retired here, and then there's still the younger people. And I would say about right now, my clientele runs about between 30 and probably in their 80s. So when my granddaughter finally got to come in and see the store, she was so excited in May for the grand opening and the ribbon cutting and everything, and she loved it. And plus, before that, when she came for spring break in April, she also came in and she helped paint the store. So that whole week of spring break, when we normally do fun things, we were painting. so I told her, this is gonna be your store someday. So I'm trying to teach her, you know, how important it is to you know, take care of the business and to grow the business from the ground up. You know, I think that's important. The people are great. They're very supportive of Grove too, and I love that. I mean, they care about their town and they care about the people. They just all seem to pull together for the good of everything. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. I wish I would have been able to do it with my daughters when they were growing up. I think they would have enjoyed it a lot too. And I did have an antique store for a while in San Antonio, and both of my girls did help me work there on the weekends or if I needed to go looking for antiques and stuff. But this is a lot more fun and a lot more easier, so I think Tristah loves it.
Tristah's Boutique is located in the shopping center at 2123 South Main in Grove. They're open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. Find them on Facebook or call 918-791-3078 for more information. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search for Living Grand on Grand Lake. If you're searching for past episodes, though, visit us online at rsu.tv. Click on shows and then Living Grand to see episodes from every season. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more on Living Grand on Grand Lake.
This is Living Grand on Grand Lake.
And this is Living Grand on Grand Lake.
This is Living Grand on Grand Lake.
At the Mid-America Industrial Park in Pryor, there are over 100 jobs waiting for someone just like you. These are high-paying jobs that don't require a degree. With over 80 manufacturing plants to choose from, it's easy to find your dream career. Need training? Don't worry, because Mid-America provides on-campus classes supported by employers. If you have recently graduated from high school and want to start a career in manufacturing, earning a great wage and benefits, visit midamericadeliver's.com to learn more.
Hello, our safety tip for today is what we're required to have in our vessel. Number one is a life jacket for every passenger in the boat. Make sure it fits everyone, and we have one for everybody that's going to be with us for that day. Another required item is a throw cushion, a simple device that we can throw to somebody that's in trouble in the water. If we are to have trouble on the water with our vessel, we are to have a simple paddle that would help us get to the shoreline or help us to get to a dock so we can wait for help. Along those lines, if we can't paddle to safety, we're required to have an anchor. We can simply throw this out and just wait for somebody to come and help us. If our vessel is to take on water, one of the required things to have is some type of a bailing device. It could be a simple bucket, an ice chest, or anything that we can use to bail water out of the boat if it begins taking on water. Another thing we always want to keep in the vessel is a fire extinguisher. Make sure that you inspect these periodically to make sure that they are up to date and ready to go. Another item required to have on our vessel is a horn or a whistle. This gives us a way to signal if we need help. Last on our list of the required items to have on our vessel is properly working nighttime navigation lights. Have a safe day on the water.
And now, time for the Living Grand on Grand Lake events page. David Kane's Thunder on Wolf Creek will take place at Wolf Creek Park and Grove on Grand Lake the weekend of August 9th through the 11th. Billed as the greatest show on the water, Thunder on Wolf Creek offers 3 days of boat racing excitement, and it's free to attend. 20 heats of hydroplane and roundabout boat racing, featuring 65 boats from 15 states. You won't want to miss it. Join us at Harbor Village in the Natural History Room on National Honeybee Day to learn about the life of bees. Interesting, efficient, and environmentally exceptional. Bees are the world's most popular pollinators of crops. So buzz on over August 17th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to experience the importance of honeybees in our ecosystem. Get your team together and get ready for the 22nd Annual Greater Grand Lake Golf Open. The Coves Golf Club is welcoming teams of 4 to test their skills and compete for multiple prizes. Friday, August 16th. Sign your team up today by calling Shannon at 918-782-3214. Well, that's it for now from the Living Grand on Grand Lake events page. Welcome back to Mid-America Industrial Park's Living Grand on Grand Lake, presented by Cherokee Grove Casino.
Grand Lakers seem to love delicious food, a great glass of wine, and an ice cold beer. It's one of the reasons we've had so much success with Taste of Grand, a food and wine tasting event that I help organize that benefits the Integris Grove Hospital Foundation. Last year, more than 700 people attended this night full of exceptional food, fabulous spirits, and a fantastic live band. Every single year, my good friend Les Goodman has coordinated all of the wine, spirits, and beer for the event. When we lost Les unexpectedly this year, we were heartbroken. But we knew that the show had to go on. In fact, we knew he would have insisted on it. That's when Jonathan Elmore of Grand Spirits and Tiffany Coggle of Pier 13 Wine and Spirits jumped in to help. Both agreed to use their talents and connections to help make sure Taste of Grand has the same amazing selection of wine and spirits. We plan to visit Tiffany's store soon as well, but for today's episode, we want you to meet Jonathan Elmore with Grand Spirits.
I got started about 20 years ago in San Antonio. I actually took a bartending class, and from there worked at a French restaurant and became the wine guy and bartender there, and then graduated to a fine wine store, and then to a distributor, then to a winery and a vineyard, and then I gave that all up and moved to Grove and took over Grand Spirits here. So, oh yeah, well, here at the store we have a really large selection of Oklahoma beers, and so we get a lot of people from Wichita and Arkansas and Missouri in to visit the lake, and those beers aren't available to them outside of this area or outside of Oklahoma generally. And so, I ask them what they like at home, and then I turn them on to an Oklahoma beer or an Oklahoma wine or an Oklahoma whiskey, of all things. And so that helps them, take something home with them that's from the Grand Lake area and from Oklahoma, and they get to have a good experience that way. Came to Grove 11 years ago. My parents retired here and built a house out in Xena, and at the time there was a bookstore for sale, and they knew that my wife and I loved books, and so they said, come up here and see if you want to buy this bookstore. So we came up and decided against the bookstore, but decided to stay and just take advantage of everything that Grand Lake has to offer. Yeah, being part of the theater is probably vital to me. It's such a great outlet, and I get to see other actors and kids coming up through their performances, and I get to encourage them, and that's all the community service I really need to do, because it's fun and it's important. It helps being a performer. I've been a performer since I was, very small, and done theater and films and things like that. And it helps with being in the liquor store. You know, you get to entertain people here and you know, do a little improv with customers all throughout the day. So. Taste of Grand is a benefit for the Integris Hospital here. And last year, I think we had 800 tickets sold, and vendors, restaurants, and wineries have booths that we set up in the parking lot at the hospital, and everybody comes and samples food and drinks and just get to, you know, be involved in the community and help the hospital out, and it's a big event for us up here. Up to this year, Les Goodman has been in charge of it, and unfortunately he passed away recently, which was pretty devastating to the community. You know, he was a good guy, but it's one of those, the show must go on. So she asked me. She knew my background. I went to college with her husband, so she asked me to step up and help her out with the event. You have to listen to them first. You know, if I can hear what they like or what they've enjoyed previously, I can point them in a new direction that's not too foreign for them, and get them something new that they might never have tried before, but I know they're gonna like because it's similar enough to what they already like. It's fun to get people to enjoy beverages. I know that sounds corny, but getting someone to find their new favorite wine is really fun for me.
So mark your calendar for Saturday, September 28th for Taste of Grand. Visit tasteofgrand.com for more information, or find us on Facebook. Grand Spirits and Wine is located at 1623 South Main and Grove. They're open from 10 until 9, Monday through Saturday. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more on Living Grand on Grand Lake.
And this is Living Grand on Grand Lake.
This is Living Grand on Grand Lake.
Grand Lake's newest destination for great fun is located just off the lake in Grove. At Cherokee Casino Grove, you'll experience exceptional food and outstanding service. Stop in to relax with your favorite drink and root for your team on the big screen. Experience live local music on the 1897 stage every weekend. Cherokee Casino Grove on Highway 59 at East 250 Road. It's the most fun you'll have off the water.
At Rogers State University, we keep things personal.
It all starts here.
We make sure our graduates get the most out of their education.
RSU has campuses in Claremore, Bartlesville, and Pryor, with on-campus housing and a wide variety of programs to suit your needs.
It all starts here.
Rogers State University.
Every day, the employees of the Grand River Dam Authority strive for excellence by focusing on the 5 E's: employees, electricity, environmental stewardship, economic development, and efficiency. We do this by producing low-cost, reliable electricity that touches 75 of the 77 counties in the state. At no cost to the taxpayers, we also manage 70,000 surface acres of lakes and the scenic Illinois River. Annually, the efforts of Team GRDA facilitate over $450 million in economic activity for Oklahoma.
Welcome back to Mid-America Industrial Park's Living Grand on Grand Lake, presented by Cherokee Casino Grove.
So what do you do on a rainy lake day? Or what do you do when the littles have had too much sun and need a fun indoor activity to burn off some energy? You take them to Jump Station Inflatables in Grove. Located in the former Country Cousins Theater, this remodeled space is bringing fun and laughter to thousands of kids. It's a great place for birthday parties or just a fun afternoon out. Owners Teresa and Don Burchett, who may be the coolest grandparents ever, gave us a behind-the-scenes look at their hoppin' little joint.
Well, actually, we came from Arkansas. We own another business called Cedar Log Homes. And being the lake, we decided to move at the lake, and that was probably back in 2005. And we just fell in love with the lake and watched it continue to grow over the years and just love the people.
Yeah, we found, well, the main problem was finding a building that would be suitable enough, you know, for the inflatables because of the height of them. This building we found 2 years after we had another building a half a mile up the road. And this one had 16-foot walls in it, which the other one only had 12 foot. So it worked out a lot better, and plus it was about 1,000 square feet bigger. We took 25 loads of concrete, dump truck loads of concrete out of here, and 100 tons of rock, and brought it down to the main concrete floor, which was originally here 30-some years ago.
Actually, no. I wish there would have been, because my son's birthday was in February. There was never anything for him to do, you know, because it was cold outside. So it wasn't until my granddaughter came along, and she was 5 years old, living over in Bentonville, Arkansas, and my daughter-in-law set up a party at Pump It Up over in Rogers or Bentonville. And that was our first experience, and that's when the actual kid came out in me and said, "This is me." Yeah, it took us actually probably 6 years to work it through from the time she had her party to the time that we would be brave enough to do this. And we did a lot of research, decided not to go franchise, to just open it on our own. And so we used my accounting skills, and we used my husband's construction skills. Actually, it far exceeds what my expectations were. You know, when you open a business, you have high expectations, but it's been so rewarding in so many areas. I always say this is my happy place. I see kids come in that normally don't get to do anything, and we keep our prices really affordable, way, way, way below market, and so they can come and spend the whole day for $5 and $7.
No. I just wish they had something like this when I was growing up. It would really go over popular. And you know, we've had success in this business since day one that we opened up. And we've never looked back, never regretted anything about it. I loved kids. I love to cut up with kids. I'm a big kid myself in heart. I just love meeting people. I love talking to people. And it just excites me when I see a kid with a smile on his face and enjoying himself and playing. There's not very many places around here in this location that kids can go to have, you know, recreation or fun, you know, like they do here. And we really enjoy it.
You know, just the laughter of the kids keeps me going. I know that there are kids that normally can't go anywhere that come here, and because of our prices, even our snack bar is $1 and less, that they can come here and play and have a good time. And I'm not only seeing just happy kids, but happy grandparents, because they bring them in all wired and they leave tired. That's my big thing, is bring them in wired, leave tired, because they will definitely burn off the energy.
Jump Station Inflatables is located at 3659 Highway 59 North in Grove. For more information, check them out on Facebook or visit their website, jumpstationingrove.com, or call 918-787-2626. Well, that's it for this edition of Living Grand on Grand Lake. I'm your host, Christy Wallace. Thanks for watching, and join us again next week for more on the people, places, and events of Grand Lake.
And this is Living Grand on Grand Lake.
This is Living Grand on Grand Lake.
Mid-America Industrial Park's Living Grand on Grand Lake is presented by Cherokee Casino Grove and made possible by...
At the Mid-America Industrial Park in Pryor, there are over 100 jobs waiting for someone just like you. These are high-paying jobs that don't require a degree. With over 80 manufacturing plants to choose from, it's easy to find your dream career. Need training? Don't worry, because Mid-America provides on-campus classes supported by employers. If you have recently graduated from high school and want to start a career in manufacturing, earning a great wage and benefits, visit midamericadeliver's.com to learn more.
Also by...
Every day, the employees of the Grand River Dam Authority strive for excellence by focusing on the 5 E's: employees, electricity, environmental stewardship, economic development, and efficiency. We do this by producing low-cost, reliable electricity that touches 75 of the 77 counties in the state. At no cost to the taxpayers, we also manage 70,000 surface acres of lakes and the scenic Illinois River. Annually, the efforts of Team GRDA facilitate over $450 million in economic activity for Oklahoma.
Plus by...
I had the drive to boost my earning power.
I was driven to be more competitive in the job market.
Finishing my degree, that's what drives me.
If you left college without a degree, Reach Higher, Oklahoma's degree completion program, can change your life. You get affordable tuition, flexible class schedules with online options, and a degree from a state university.
I was driven to earn my diploma.
And I did it.
Apply today at reachhigheroklahoma.org. Let your drive drive you.
And by viewers and members like you.